Hey folks, how's it going out there? We're trying to get Ernie Thacker on the line here.
On live,
Hope
yes.
you're listening to Worldwide Bluegrass. We're streaming live on there. It's not going to match up, but you'll have to pick one or the other.
That's right. They're both going to be enjoyable because we have an amazing man getting on here. Once we get him signed in, there he is.
There he is. Let's invite him in.
All right, let's hope this works. Still, shoot. Nothing else on there.
Adding no answer from the live video.
Well, let's see. To large charge faster.
See if you can get him on yours.
Let's try to do that. Let's do that. I'll tell you what. You want to...
Hey folks, you're listening to Ernie Thacker on Worldwide Bluegrass right now. We've just played 3 songs from Ernie's album, and man, that is one awesome album, The Hangman. We're going to be talking to Ernie pretty soon here, so hang on out there, and thanks for tuning in. We had a great time last weekend down at the Ernie Thacker benefit in Mansfield, Ohio. And there's another benefit coming up in Tennessee that we're going to talk about later on. And we're going to see if we can get Ernie on the phone here. And we're going to play another song of his called Church Upon the Hill. Ernie Thacker.
Oh, we got it. Karen, you're magical. I think it's working. It's adding, right? I think we got it. We got it.
There he is.
Hey, what's going on?
Ernie.
All right. We didn't think we were going to be able to get you on there. All right. Sweet.
Okay.
Well, yep. I think we.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you great, man. Hear you great. Looking good, man.
Sounds
And thanks again. You promised me that. Yeah, we got you on here. Karen, you're a doll. Thank you so much for figuring this out for us. We were losing all our hair there, trying to figure out how to get you on. Boy, I tell you, Ernie, we've been listening to the Hangman for the last hour and a half, and unbelievable, unbelievable. We got to ask you a question. Did you hit the charts with this album? I mean,
No.
I know you hit the charts.
No, man, we didn't hit anything.
Wow, you know, I don't, that's sad because it's so amazing. The voice,
A lot of
just
politics involved.
Wow.
All right, about a minute. We'll be going live on Worldwide Bluegrass.
Right.
What's that say down there? Oh, that's our sign.
Oh, that's
down
our
there.
sign. Yeah. I thought Ernie was
Wide
wearing
Bluegrass.
I thought Ernie was wearing a Worldwide Bluegrass shirt.
Yeah, I did too. I thought he had on a Worldwide Bluegrass shirt.
Yeah. So I'm so glad you were able to make it on here. I'll tell you, both you and Karen. Karen,
Man, I appreciate y'all having me.
we're so glad you're on here. Look at we got some amazing musicians out there. My brother Ernie's out there, Evan's out there, Denny Clark's out there, Terry Stewart, Ted Hensley. We got some good musicians out there.
Hey, Ted, how's it going out there, man?
Matt Ledbetter's out there.
Picked a good time. Hey, Matt, everybody. Yep. We're talking to Ernie Thacker.
Live
My
on
daughter
Facebook.
Whitley's watching.
Awesome. Yeah.
My daughter Caitlin's watching.
And hello, Caitlin. So glad you can make it out on World Wide Web. Is she on here on the Facebook? Well, she is watching. Okay. We see her now.
And Whitley, give Whitley a shout out.
Who's that? Whitley? Whitley. Shout out from the old Hippie Bluegrass show. Jerry and Gil here. Well, that's Jerry. I'm Gil. We're doing this all around the world on worldwidebluegrass.com.
That's right. We're live right now.
32 different countries listen to this station, and we are so honored to be able to have Ernie Thacker on here live with us on Facebook and also live around the world right now. Everybody that's out there that's listening to the internet now doesn't follow each other, but we're on Facebook on Jerry Eicher. That's EICHER, Jerry Eicher Facebook. We're doing a live stream with Ernie Thacker. We want him to talk a bit about his past 2 benefits, and we got another one coming up. We want that to be the biggest show in bluegrass because, man, I'll tell you what, Jerry, did we see some love this past weekend?
Oh, we saw a lot of love out there in Mansfield, Ohio.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
I
You sure got a lot of
I listened to every song that day, and that was the best day I've had in months. You know, it took my mind off everything, and I was just totally into that show, and I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea.
Well, you and I had a heart-to-heart last night. Your brother's on here. Matthew, how you doing out there, my friend? I tell you what, when we talked, and I'll tell you, when you came on stage with like we're doing now, there wasn't a dry eye, and there wasn't a sound, because everybody wanted to feel and hear what you were saying, and you just proved that you're such an amazing man, an amazing spirit, and that's why we're so touched to be able to have you on here, to have you on the show, and also have this live feed happening and stuff. So thank you.
Man, I'm so glad to be on the show, and I'm just appreciate you asking me to be on the show.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for coming on, Ernie, and man, the Hangman, that album, you really did a great job on that album. You had some awesome players on there, didn't you?
Yeah, I had my brother Matthew playing bass and singing tenor, and I had Dick Roach playing banjo and singing baritone, and I had Brandon Shuping playing mandolin, and John Rigsby was playing fiddle on everything.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll tell you what, they really represented you the other night, your music. You know, nobody can do the music like you did because of your voice. But I tell you what, your brother and them really represented the songs that you created. So amazing the other night. It was just so awesome. But I think your spirit was there with everybody, and it was kind of odd. It was the coolest feeling coming from some hippies. You know, we were having some interesting. It was just so cool to be able to get that. Like I told you, in my drive home, that hour and a half was a quiet time because I really had to think about what was going on at that show. And I can only imagine what happened with the show before, because you had thousands and thousands of people coming together and bringing, and raising some money for your beautiful family and for you. And then here's a guy that all you care about is your family. You don't even think about yourself. And that's what's so inspiring to us on here on the Old Hippie Bluegrass and everybody around the world. You know, I can tell you right now, you've got people listening all over the place right now.
I just didn't want to leave this world, and with my wife, I want a big funeral bill and bills that, that I made. I couldn't stand the thought of leaving her with all that. So I called Ernie, your brother, and I was like, buddy, is there any way you can help me out? Maybe put on a benefit show. I wasn't figuring on all these other benefit shows. That come as a huge surprise.
Right.
And your brother, he's
right.
one of the big. He just has a big heart, and he got on it, and man, it was amazing. It really was. It blew my mind how well all the bands sounded, and I wish I could shake each and every one of them's hand and just say thank you for your help and your donations and everything. I mean, I'm so blessed to have that many friends and to have the people helping me and helping my wife. I mean, I'm just a truly blessed man. And to have you guys as friends, your brother Ernie is a friend, and it's amazing, man. That's all I can say. It's totally amazing.
Well, Ernie asked us if we wanted to come down there and broadcast the show live, and that was something I started doing a couple of years ago. So every now and then when we get a chance, we like to take the show on the road, and I got to tell you, that's one of the biggest things that I've ever done right there, man. And we had a great connection, and all the players played their hearts out, and it seemed like it was going out real good, and I'm just happy we could bring that to you, buddy.
Yep. Jerry put in 14 hours, man. I had to cut my time short because to look this pretty, I need a lot of rest. Okay, maybe it's makeup in a bag. My wife has a big bag I have to put on when I get home. But I'll tell you what, you taught us so much at this, and it goes right down to that hippie thing. I guess we have that hippie soul is about compassion and love. Seeing all these people come together in one place, or not just in the town, but all over different states. There were people from Michigan, from Indiana, from Pennsylvania, from Florida. Ernie drove all the way up to Florida. You know, and Becky Fall, that she did a phenomenal job. Her and her mom did, her mother-in-law, you know, preparing food. I mean, they worked so hard. Her mother-in-law, I think, if I hope I'm right, she got ill from working so hard, but they did it from the kindness of their heart, because you've done so much for us with your beautiful music, and everybody wanted to show how cool it was. So thank you. But then I'll tell you what, this is so tickle for us to be able to get you on here to be able to talk. You know, and but, you know, right now is your time to tell the world, because everybody that was there, I can guarantee you they're going to hear this with the old Hippie Bluegrass show, Worldwide Bluegrass, and on Facebook. That time that everybody
I've been looking forward to it all day, man. I couldn't wait.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah. So, is the Hangman album still available?
Yeah, it's on Pine Castle Records, and I don't have none with me at the house, but all you have to do is get on pinecastlerecords.com, and you can order the Hangman straight from the record company.
Awesome. And I'm sure you still get royalties from that?
Yeah. I get royalties like every 3 months. I get a little royalty check.
Good.
Well, we'll see if we can't get that upped for you a little bit.
Yeah, we were hoping. I was hoping that when I played the album that my cowbell would be on there, but you never put that on the record.
There you go.
Nobody will let me play that one. That or the spoons. They let me clear some. Oh, speaking of spoons, that dinner you had yesterday for Valentine's Day was amazing.
What'd you have, Ernie?
Man, I had a rack of ribs that would melt in your mouth.
I gotta get mine. This is for drooling. What else? Man, that looks so good, man.
French fries, a coleslaw, and a big old roll.
Awesome.
Man, they look good, man. You had those gloves on. He was ready to tear up some ribs. It looked good. We should have put you on live yesterday when you were eating those ribs.
Yeah, man.
Cloth covered your face and stuff.
People think I'm crazy because I put on gloves, but that's just so I can dig in, man. You know.
See, I'm smart. I got 5 dogs, so what they do is I put my hands on, they clean them up for me.
I hear you.
Well, maybe that's not, because then I'm still eating with my dirty.
Well, let's talk a little about that next benefit that's coming up. Where's that going to be?
Oh, I dropped the cigar.
I think it's going to be in Greenville, Tennessee.
Let me see. We got the flyer on
February 23rd. Yep. Starts at 6 p.m. at the Capitol Theater. Yep. It's a beautiful place, and it's going to be a beautiful time. You know, our goal out there, everybody, is to make this the biggest benefit that Bluegrass in the world's ever seen, because of this amazing man, this amazing spirit that we have on here, live on Facebook and live on World Wide Web tonight. You know, and Ernie, I tell you, I met a lot of people in my life, man, and I've never met anybody that has such a huge heart like you, that gave some great music, created some great music, and shared that great music with so many people. But then, with sadly the things you're going through, you think about others still continue, which means you have such a belief in God, and I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, I am so touched. My wife is so touched. Her and I watch your videos. She just sits in quiet. She goes, and she just thinks you're such an amazing man. And I'm sure a lot of other people out there. I know what my brother does. Cindy Balcom's out there. Tom Galbraith. A lot of people out there.
They're all praying for you, Ernie.
Most definitely.
Man, I appreciate it, and I think that's what's kept me here this long is prayers, and just being in the Lord's hands. You know, I was baptized and saved 2 years ago, September 25th. And ever since then, it seems like things are just going so good for me. And I'm married to one of the best women in this country, woman, she takes care of me like a baby. She doctors on me. She takes care of all my wound care because I have 2 huge bed sores on my rear, and they have to be packed every day. And she does that every night before we go to bed. She packs my wounds, and she's always cooking me whatever I want to eat. Uh, she's an amazing woman, and I couldn't make it without her. Her name's Karen, and she's here with me now. She's the one that got all this going because I have no idea, man. I'm
Hi,
computer.
Karen. Yeah, Karen's an amazing. She's an amazing angel. She's an amazing angel. I talked to her this morning, and she was telling me that your health was a little down, and I felt so bad. I felt I'm like, and she said, Ernie's going to make this show. He's having a hard time right now, and I sat and just meditated. I do a lot of meditation. I mean, I do a lot of reflection. In the last couple of nights when I've talked with you, I thought about it. I said, how can we make this good for Ernie and Karen? And when Karen told me that, she said, Ernie's bound and determined to make this happen. I'll tell you what, your strength is so amazing, so amazing. That's what we learned from. We all of us learned from you. This whole time, all the stuff you've been going through, the stories that I've heard from my brother. Ernie told me all the stories about from the beginning until now, and I'm just floored. But then you look at yourself, and you're still living high, man. I mean, you're just amazing. What's that, Ernie?
I love your brother so much. I mean, I made one phone call and talked to him about helping me raise enough money just for my funeral. That's all I had in mind. Just so she wasn't in debt to the funeral home. That was my biggest fear, was leaving her with a big debt to pay. And then it turned into 3, 4, 5 benefit shows, and it just blows my mind. It really does. I'm so amazed by all the people that I had no idea how many fans and how many friends would come to my aid like they have. And I just want to thank all the musicians, all my friends, all my family, just everybody that's been there for me. It's overwhelming. And I'm such a blessed man. God has truly blessed me, to have what I have. And I'm in the hospital now. I have 2 blood clots in each lung and a blood clot in my leg. But they say that they're gone now. They've had me on blood thinner, and they say they're gone. And now we're just kind of having trouble breathing. My oxygen is, if I take my air off, it runs down to the higher 70s. And if I put my oxygen on, it usually stays around 95. So, I mean, that's a big difference.
Right.
And I've never had this trouble before with my breathing, so it's something new to me. But we're gonna pull through it, and we're gonna keep praying, and I know God will pull me through it, and He'll get us home, and that's where I want to be. When anything happens, I hope to be at home with my wife and with my kids and my grandkids. I love my family so much. Yeah, every one of them. I've got 4 kids, and every one of them are just amazing people. They've all got their own personality, and they never fail me. My daughter, she come today and sit all day with me. And then my other daughter, which is actually my stepdaughter, but we don't even call each other step or nothing like that. Caitlin, her and her family stopped by and spent a couple hours with me. And my son Keith, he'll be down here tomorrow. And April, my daughter April, she just left a little while ago, her and her 2 kids, and we're a family, and it's just full of love. Our family is full of love, and we treat each other with respect, and I just couldn't ask for nothing better. You know, life and God has been so good to me, and I give God all the praise and all the glory for everything. He's been so good to me that there's no words that can describe it, how good he has been to me. And talking with you guys here tonight, you know, I've been looking forward to this all day long. You know, I really have, because I just wanted to tell everybody how much I think of them and how much they mean to me.
Awesome.
Right, it is. And that's how we feel about you. And I'm sure everybody out here that's on Facebook and the people that are listening on the internet feel the same way about you, man. You really
Oh,
taught us
yeah,
some
we're
big
getting a
lessons.
lot of comments early. Everybody's sending their love to you, buddy.
A lot of hearts. You guys show some hearts out there on this video to prove that. It's some thumbs up, get some hearts out there showing Ernie and his family and Karen and all them, you know, that you guys do. I'll tell you what, everybody I've seen in your family, from your brother's family to your family, you know, the people we see there, and everybody at the show.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, which is amazing how they came together.
You must have really been a nice guy, Ernie, man. They sure all love you, buddy.
There you go. Look at all those hearts and thumbs up.
See, when I was growing up, I ain't gonna say the name of the person who done it, but it was one of the big bands, and I went up to him and, you know, just learning how to play. I was probably about 11 or 12, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" And I put my hand on his shoulder, and he had on a big white suit, and he jerked away from me, and he said, "Don't you ever touch me." And man, that broke my heart. And I remember that to this day. I'm 46 years old, and I still remember just like it was yesterday. And I always said, no matter what I've done in music, if I made it, if I didn't make it, that I would always try to be humble and respect every one of my fans and treat them with like I want to be treated, you know. And I just try to be humble as I can be and try to be myself. I try not to put on a front and act like I'm a big star or nothing like that. I'm just Ernie Thacker, who loves to play and sing bluegrass and loves his fans and loves his family and friends. And I love you guys for having me on the show.
And we love you too, my friend.
Yep. Folks, we're talking to Ernie Thacker. Where are you from, Ernie? Where's home?
Home is in Haysi, Virginia. And that's, you go to the smallest town in Virginia, and it's the next town.
The next smallest town, or just the next town? How many people are there? 3?
I wouldn't have no idea how many people was there, but we don't even have a red light in main town.
Wow, that's funny. That's funny. Wow, man, I tell you what, it's been amazing. I got to ask you a question on the Hangman. What is your favorite song of all on that CD, on the record?
On the Hangman?
Yes.
Man, that's a hard question. I'd have to say,
they're all good.
Oh, they are all good. That's what I would probably say that. The whole album is good. The whole record. What's that?
Little Piece of Land, is that on the Hangman or just the Chill Lonesome?
We're looking on here too. We have a lot of them loaded up and a piece of land. Is that about your town?
No, man, it's kind of about my town. I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah, we're gonna have to find that. We don't. Unfortunately, I don't see it on there. But
it must be on the Chill Lonesome album.
okay.
Okay. Is that another album you were on? Or
Man, I'd love to record a gospel album, but I don't know if that'll ever happen or not because I lost half a lung, and it's just hard to bellow them out like I used to. But I got a good friend, Rod Smith and Mike Bentley, that I may try to go over to their studio and see if I can do anything. I don't know if I can or not. I haven't been in the studio since the accident.
Right.
So we'll just have to see and play it by ear and see what happens.
Were you able to get out and play since the accident, any?
Man, I tried in 2016. I had several festivals booked, and I wasn't strong enough to do them. By the time I got home, I was sick, and I just wore myself out. I tried to do too much at once is what it was. And that's what I told one of the boys here the other day. I'd like to play another show somewhere, just because I miss it so bad. And It's something that I've been doing all my life, and it's something that I miss. And I don't know where I'd do it at or nothing like that, but I would like to play another show somewhere before something happens to me.
Right. Wow.
Well, let's pray that don't happen for a long time and you get to go out and do that, Ernie.
Right. Mike's on here now. Mike Bentley's on here
Mike
now.
Bentley. So. Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Yep. So we're going to be talking with him later today, too, about the benefit coming up and stuff. And,
Mike's going to talk about the benefit coming up in Tennessee here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Them boys has been behind me, and I couldn't ask for better friends. Friendship is everything to me. And Mike played mandolin with me for a little while, and I could tell you a story. He was with us, and I booked a show up in it was on the other side of Wistful. Trying to think of the name of the town, but it was a pizza parlor, and they had shows there on Saturday nights. Well, we was running late anyway, so we pull up in the parking lot, and there's one car sitting in the parking lot, and we was like, "Boys, is this it?" And one of the boys went in, and they said this was it, so they carried all the instruments in, and I just sat in the van there for a while, and it was like 20 minutes to showtime, and there was nobody there. It was still that one car. And I said, "Boys, if we had our instruments in the van, I'd just take off and go home." And the boys jumped out and run in that pizza parlor and grabbed them instruments, just loaded them up in a van, and we took off back home. I'll never forget that.
That's funny.
Oh,
your brother's, I can't see it. It was something.
Dan, Virginia. Matthew says it was the Meadows of Dan, Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you got some free pizza.
Teddy Hensley,
no,
Texas.
We
didn't even get a pizza out of the deal, man. We
didn't even get a pizza. Oh, no.
That was awesome.
Well, there's one thing, Ernie, that the folks don't know about you that you'd like them to know. What would that be? What would you like to tell them?
Man, that's another hard question. I just like to tell them that, with me, what you see is what you get. I don't try to be above my raising. I'm the same Ernie at home as I am on the road. I try to treat my wife with respect and my family with respect. And I guess sometimes I can be I don't know what I'm wanting to say. I got my words all twisted. My wife could tell you better than I can. Come over here, Karen.
You're about to
Come
determine to
over
get her
here,
on
baby.
the video.
Yeah, let's get her on the
Come over
video.
here.
Come on, Karen.
Folks, we're talking to Ernie Thacker, and we're doing a live video with him, too.
The world wants to see this amazing angel. We already know you from Facebook.
She won't come over and get on here with me. She's camera shy.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
We've been trying to get some ladies on here lately, but for some reason we can't get them on. I don't know if they don't have their makeup on or what.
We just
Well,
hide in hats and glasses.
we've been in the hospital now for almost 2 weeks.
Wow.
So we're not the best looking people in the world today. It's pretty rough. She stays right by my side, never leaves me for nothing unless it's just to run to the store. And she's an amazing woman all the way around. And I just can't praise her enough, because she's my heart. She's my rock, and we have such a wonderful relationship that people don't know about. I'm so in love with her, more now than I was the day we got married. And I couldn't see myself without her. And she's just, like I said, an amazing woman. And I love her so much.
Awesome.
Right. Well, you got a lot of people out there loving you. I wanted to bring it up again. Oh, sure. Go ahead. Go.
Say, give Don Rigsby a big shout out, because Don has been a huge help to me. Him and Rick May come down. I can't remember what day it was. It was this week, but they come down and give me the money that was took up for the Martin guitar that was auctioned off. And they sit around maybe an hour or two with me, just shooting the bull. And Don's been a true blue friend to me, and I love him to death. And I've got so many friends. I wish I could thank them all, but it's like everybody in the bluegrass business has stepped up to help me, and nobody will ever know how much I appreciate them.
Right. Well, you're going to find out even more, people, when we at the Capitol, February 23rd. The show starts at 6 p.m. Everybody out there, Ernie Thacker benefit. We got Route 23 alumni band, Steve Gully and New Pinnacle. Steve is also playing with Tim Safford. We got the Wilson Banjo Company. We've had them on the show before. Blue Highway, Wildfire. You got a lot of things happening. Got raffles, got food, got drawings, all kinds of stuff happening. We're all sharing the love around the world on worldwidebluegrass.com, the old hippie bluegrass show here on the Indian Ridge studio. And we have the honor of talking live on Facebook with Ernie Thacker. And I'll tell you what, this has been an amazing discussion. I'll tell you, it's just been something. Awesome. I might have to run back in the woods of Jerry's here in Indian Ridge and just sit like the Indians and really think about this whole thing.
Well, you know how bad he wanted to come out here. The fog has been thick as thieves all day, and he found his way out here into the country and made it for the show, man.
Yep.
Give him credit.
Well, we definitely, it was worth it. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
You have been.
Oh yes, I have. I told Jerry, it's like I have some Indian blood. So I told him, I said, the last 3 days I've been sitting in my back. I actually talked to you about that. Just meditating and really getting in with nature to figure out how this can be a success for you and your wife Karen, and then this benefit coming up. And it's just been a really, really good thing, because that's my one with God, just like you had when you had your baptism. My wife we were talking about that today, and she said it was the most touching thing she's ever seen when she saw that you were baptized on Facebook. And it was just it was on Facebook, I think it was, right? Or it was on, I know, but she thought it was the most amazing thing she's ever seen.
Wow.
Man,
cool.
It couldn't get me, I couldn't get in the baptism water. It's in the church, so we had to go out into the parking lot. And my uncle Alan Viers, he was the pastor of the church, and everybody went outside. It was a bright sunny day, and we leaned my chair all the way back as far as it would go, and he poured the water out over my head for my baptism, and it was a feeling like no other. And my life has been, like I said, it's been so good since then, and things are just going so good. And I've just, like I said, fellas, I've been truly blessed by God.
Yeah, everlasting life, buddy.
That's right. That's right.
I give him all the credit and all the praise.
Right. That's awesome, man.